Everybody, welcome. Thank you all for joining us. We'll let everybody get in. And as you're entering, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. Happy to have you all here today.
Amy Banker.
Hi, everybody.
Am I supposed to?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. You feel free to introduce yourself in the chat.
Good morning, good evening from India. I'm right here in speaking from Gurgaon.
Please introduce yourselves in the chat. Welcome and thank you for being here. Please be sure to use the chat to introduce yourselves.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Good morning. This is
We can
Amy
get started.
Banker.
We'll have a few more people joining through the waiting room, but thanks again for being here. Like Pamela said,
Yeah, I'm Dr. Vijayalakshmi here from India.
Maybe we can mute everyone.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to say hi as well, but I know everyone's putting it in the chat, and we're really happy to have you here. We're going to start shortly, so.
hi everyone. I think our office lost Wi-Fi, and that's of course it did. Bear with us as we bring everyone back. Thank you for your patience. All right, thank you all. As we deal with these tech difficulties, I think we'll get started. If it happens again, you know how to get back in. So like I said, today we'll largely focus on the virtual portal and virtual parallel events training, but we'll also chat about some important information for your in-person parallel events. But today's training will be recorded, as you heard, and disseminate it after the fact. And we'll also send out some important documents that review a lot of the information covered today. So if you don't catch it all, don't worry. There will be ways to find out after. So I will turn it to our one of our NGO CSW co-chairs, Pamela Morgan. Go for it, Pamela.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're really pleased to be able to host part 2 of the training session for parallel event organizers. And we're looking forward to having a day that is quite fulfilling because it's going to be hands-on. So make sure that your computer, that you're able to pull up your browser and access the back end of your parallel event, because Moment is going to take you step by step into how to actually fix it so that you will be able to modify your parallel event. So with that, again, thank you for being here. And please let us know how what you think of this session. Thank you.
All right, and we will pass it to our star from VFAIR's Momin to get started with virtual parallel events and the virtual platform. Go ahead, Momin.
Okay, thank you so much, Annabelle. Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. Okay, so let's start with the training. Let me just quickly share my screen and let me know when you see it.
Yes, we see it.
Okay, thank you so much for the confirmation. Okay, so let's start. So how we can land on this backend page, how you guys can access it, and how you guys can log in, and how you guys can access your backend portal. So first, you have to land on this page where you can see it NGO CSW68 Forum.vface.com/backend. When you access this link, you will be land on this area. Over here, you will be able to see this. There are 2 fields, username and password. The username is your email ID and the password is your event ID. Now, let's suppose if you don't remember your event ID, if you don't know about your event ID, so refer back to your email where you get the confirmation from NGO CSW. You can see your event ID over there, and that is your password. Now, once you are done with your credentials, you click on sign in, you will be land on this dashboard area where you can see your session will be listed over here. If you are a speaker for a one single session, you will be able to see a one session over here. If you are participating in 2 different sessions, you will be able to see all those sessions listed over here. Now, the first thing before I jump into that, how we can edit and upload content, the first thing I would like to cover over here, which I've received in customer support email ID, couple of questions regarding about like, I'm seeing webinar listing written over here, and my event belongs to in-person. So this is the backend language. You don't need to be worried about that. Your event is listed under over here. That is in person. That will not affect on your session, not in your link or anything. This is just for backend verbiage over here. And I have also received a question regarding about this ID as well. So this is the backend ID. Your event ID is different, which is you have to use it for a login. And then after that, this ID is only belongs to the backend area. Now, once you log in into the portal, you will be land on this area. You can see your session listed over here. Now, first we can discuss about the in-person session. So right now you can see that we have 2 sessions, test virtual and test webinar in person. You will be able to see your session title listed over here. Now, if I click on edit, if I would like to edit, I click it over here. For the in-person session, you will be able to see a title of your event. You will be able to see a description box over here. This is the rich text editor. You will be able to edit, like you will be copy and paste your description over here. It could be a long or it could be a short description. You will be able to bold the text and set the alignments accordingly. If I scroll down, as an in-person organizer, I can also be able to add handouts. I just have to click on add handout and upload the document accordingly. But if you notice, the title of my event is not editable. So if you need any assistance, or if you need to change your title, or if you like to add any other verbiage, we will be sharing with you the customer support email ID. So you can reach out to us on that email ID, and please make sure you mentioned your event ID, your title as well, so we can easily be able to find your session and assist you accordingly. Now, if I would like to add description, you can see that I've just copy and pasted over here. I'm able to bold it. If I would like to change it to the italic style, if I wanted to change the alignment to center, right, left, or middle, I can easily be able to do it. Or if I would like to change, if I would like to add a text and if I wanted to give them a number, I can easily be able to do it from here. If I would like to add some bullet points, I can add some text and then just just have to select that text and then click on that option. Now, if you would like to hyperlink the text, let's suppose you would like to mention your website link, you can easily be able to add your website link over here. Just copy it. And paste it. Or if you would like to add some text over here, let's suppose you would like to say, click here, or now you would like to hyperlink the text. So you have to click on that second last option, insert edit link, click on it and add the link over here. And then target is new window. So your text would be hyperlinked. Now, if I would like, if I would like to add some fly. Yes?
Excuse me. Would it be possible, and I hate to ask you to do this, but would it be possible for you to go back and start all over again? There are some people who are very confused. So if you can start and help people again, see how you type NGO CSW68 at vfairs.com/backend. Can you start from there again? I know it's.
I think we can share this link over here in the chat. So they just have to click on it and they will be land on this backend area.
Good.
Or I can just go out, log out. Okay, so everyone who will try to log in right now, just click on that link and you will be land on this page. You have to enter your email ID in the username field, and then password is your event ID. And then click on sign in and you will be land on your dashboard area. And then after that, once you see your session would be listed over here, you just have to click on edit. So right now we are discussing the in-person session. What are the fields they can see it, and what are the fields they can easily be able to edit it. So once I click on edit, and now you can see that the changes I'm doing right now, it's not updated. Why is that so? Because I've not clicked on this update button. So if I have done all the changes and if I don't click on this update button, so my changes will not be updated. So again, as an in-person session speaker, when I click on edit, I would be able to see this section into my right hand side area. The title is not editable, but if you would like to change the title, you can send us an email on the customer support email ID. We can assist you accordingly and update your title accordingly. Now, the description part, you can copy paste the description over here And if you would like to change the alignments, you can do it from here as well to center it or left it or right it. It's up to your requirement. Or if you would like to add some bullet points or numbering, you can just have to click on that options, and these would be updated accordingly. Or if you would like to insert any website link or hyperlink the text, just click on the second last option, add your link over here. Let me just copy our event link. Target new window. What does that mean? So when anybody click on your text, the hyperlink one, they would be redirect, the new tab would be open and they would be redirect to your link accordingly. And let's suppose if you don't hit the target, don't select the option to new window, it is none. So what does that mean? When they click on that link option, so your current page will be automatically be updated and redirect you to the that particular website. So if you need to select new window, so attendee will be able to redirect to your website on a different page. Okay, so after then with your description area, if you would like to add some flyers, documents into the handout option, so we do have handout option available. What you're gonna do, you just have to click on add handouts, give the title. I can give title 1, or you can upload your PDFs, your images, your documents over here. Just click on upload handout. Let's suppose if I go to the desktop option, scroll down, I would like to upload one image over here. Double click, and my image has been updated. Add handouts, and you can see that my handout would be listed over here. And you can add multiple handouts over here. There's no limit. You can add 5, 10, 20, it's up to you. After making all these changes, you have to click on update. So all the changes would be updated accordingly. Now, once you make all those changes, you just have to click on now. If so you are the session moderator, or now if you would like to, on the in-person location, let's suppose your session has been a panel where different speaker would be there as well to assist given the presentation accordingly. So what you're going to do, you just have to click on speaker section, or if you would like to add those speakers as well, so attendees can see it, like these speakers will be presenting on the in-person location. So how you can add it, just click on add, give the speaker a title. I can say speaker 5, give their email ID. If you would like to add their organization name, you can add it over here. Or if you would like to upload their headshot image, you just click on upload image over here and select the headshot. Now you can see that there's a designated sign. Let me just use another image so you'll get a better idea, because this is an PNG image. Let me use this one. So you can see that there is a rectangle box over here. So you have to adjust your headshot image into that particular designated area. And then once you are done with it, done cropping, and your headshot image will be updated accordingly. Similarly, if you would like to add that speaker bio as well, so you can do it, you can add it over here. You just copy paste that bio over here. This is the same rich text editor, just like your description area. You can copy paste the text over here, or you can add as well. And similarly, you can bold the text. If you would like to give some headings, you can bold it. or if you would like to add another text, you would like to give numbering. If you would like to add another text to, you would like to make some bullet points and add another text tree, and you would like to add some hyperlink. Copy your website or any link you would like to hyperlink it. New window. Okay. Now you have added all the bio for that particular speaker. So I'm just going through it, like it's not mandatory like you have to go with bullet points or numbering, or you would like to go with the hyperlink text, but there are options available. So if you would like to make the bio or you would like to add any hyperlinks, so you can do it accordingly. Now, after scroll down at the bottom, you will be able to see these three options. So hidden listing means if you wanted to add a speaker, but you don't want it to show on the front end portal, so you just have to turn on this option. So the speaker will be added on the back end, but that speaker will not be able to see on your event on the front end. The next two fields are important now. So send setup email to the speaker and session moderator. So what exactly the mean for the session moderator? So if I turn on this option, session moderator, so this speaker you would like to add right now, that speaker can also be able to make edits into your event. Otherwise, if you don't want it to give the access to that particular speaker, you don't need to turn on this option. Or if that speaker is not going to log in into that event, so you don't need to turn on this option as well. Send setup email to that speaker. Or if the speaker will be login into that event and review the event, or let's suppose we can go with something like that. Let's suppose your event would be scheduled at 11th of March. You are done with your in-person event on the location. Now you would like to log in into the event and have some networking with other attendees, and you would like to experience some other features are available on the virtual platform. So then in that case, every speaker has their password to be set it up accordingly. Then in that case, you have to turn on this option, send setup email to the speaker. Why is that so? Because that speaker will receive an email. So that speaker will set up the password according to the requirement. So he or she can log in into the front end after done with their in-person event. So they can just log in into the front end and they can have some networking with other users as well, or they can experience some other features in the virtual platform. And then the session moderator, it means if I would like to give access to this speaker, just like I'm the session moderator, I'm making all these changes, making all these updates. Similarly, if I turn on this toggle, this speaker organizer can be able to log in into the backend and make all these edits as well. Just like I have all the controls, that speaker can also have these controls as well. If you don't want to give that speaker a control, you don't need to turn on this toggle. If that speaker not going to log in into the virtual platform, you don't need to turn on this toggle. You just need to hit on save, and that speaker will be able to this speaker will automatically be listed in your event. Now I just have to turn on both of these toggles, click on save. So this speaker has been added over here. You can see the speaker 5, the image, like that. Now I would like to address like what are my as an in-person organizer, what exactly my responsibility when I log in into the dashboard, and it is mandatory for me to log in into the front end. No, it's not mandatory for you to log in into the front end. The only responsibility for you as an in-person session moderator, you log in into the backend and click on your session to edit and update your description. And if you would like to add any handouts, so you can upload all those handouts, which is be helpful for attendees, and update it. So when they are planning to, so when they log in into the front end and they add those schedules, add those sessions into their schedules, so they know about it. Okay, this session has, their topic is already in the title, but if you like to share any other description more about that, your topic or your speaker details, your, if you like to add handouts so they can review it, they know about more about it. So, or you would like to promote your website link in the description. So you have to make all these changes and update it. That's the responsibility for the in-person session moderator, because their actual webinar, their actual session would be going live on the in-person location. So it is not mandatory for them to, they have to log in into the front end. They, as a moderator, I can log in into the front end. I can just make sure my session would be listed accurately. The changes I've added, it is perfectly, I can just review them. It is perfectly updated. If I would like to make some edits or tweaks, I can do it and then update it accordingly. And then I have to be presented on the in-person location. So there is no mandatory step they have to, on the given day, they have to log in into the event as well. After that, if they would like to log in into the virtual platform, they can log in into the virtual platform. They can join the other net. They can join, have some communication in the chat rooms as well with other attendees for networking. Okay, so this is for the in-person session moderator. Now we can jump into the virtual organizer. So the process would remain the same. If I have to go to the backend, enter my email ID and my password, which is my event ID.
Roman, I think this would be a good chance to, I know a couple of people in the chat are having trouble logging in. Maybe before we start going into virtual, we just run it through again one more time of logging into the back.
Okay. Yep.
How to contact you if our password that.
Hello. Could I also ask what the difference is between the front end and the back end?
Yeah, we'll cover that front end area as well. Definitely.
And also how to activate the URL for the Zoom invite.
Yep, I'll come to the virtual platform.
Thank you.
Yep. Then I'll show you that where exactly you need to put that link. Okay. Let me just log out again. So the process will remain the same. You have to, as a virtual speaker, as an in-person moderator, you have to log in. First thing, you have to come on this page, the NGO CSW68 Forum.weface.com/backend. I've already put that link into the chat as well. You click on that link and you would be redirected to this page. Let's suppose if your ID is not working or if you're facing any issues, I've also sent an email ID in the chat. Please mention, you can reach out to us. You can just send an email to that email ID, mention your title and your event ID as well, so we can investigate and update your or assist you accordingly. And you will be receiving your assistance in next 24 hours. And you will, and don't need to be worried about that. Like nobody get like I'm not able to get assisted. Everyone will be get assisted accordingly, and we will help you to log in into the log in into your portal update those changes. After that, if you need any help to make some changes in your title, the description, you make some changes, you are trying to do it, but it is not being able to be published correctly, send us an email. We can assist you accordingly and update those changes accordingly, which you wanted to be published in your event area.
Thanks, Moment. And we'll have more time at the end to answer everybody's questions. I know that was just a top of mind one. So go ahead, Moment. Thank you.
So again, we have to add our email ID in the username section, enter your event ID, click on sign in. You will be land on this area. After that, if anybody has concern about like why this is listed under webinar listing, and because this is the backend language, so it will not affect on your session. Your session is virtual, so it is virtual. If your session is in person, so your session is in person. This is just for backend language. Now, I would like to address if I am logged in as an virtual speaker organizer. So the process remains the same. Log in, go to that backend link, enter my email, password, click on sign in. I land into this area. If I'm a speaker for multiple speakers, multiple sessions, multiple events, so I can see the list over here, 1 or 2 or 3. If I'm only presenting or only managing one event, so I can see only one event would be listed over here. I can see the title over here. If you would like to make some changes in your title, you can reach out to us. The email ID I've shared in the chat mentioned your current title and your updated title and your event ID as well, so we can easily be able to find out and update your title accordingly. Now, if I click on edit for a virtual speaker.
Moment, can I ask a question? Only because I'm seeing many of the same questions in the chat. And I think many of us are frustrated that they cannot log in, but you are saying that everyone should just wait for next 24 hours to get that information, or should it? So basically when we put in that to get into the backend, you put in your username, and then the password is supposed to be your event number. Is it the event number, like a 4-digit number that we got when we got the parallel event acceptance, or was it coming straight from VFairs, a different ID number?
No, it is not coming from, thank you so much for asking that question. Yeah, it is not coming from VFairs. It is already, like you just, when you submit your parallel event, it is in person or it is virtual, you will receive a confirmation email. Your event ID would be mentioned over here. I think it is 4-digit or max 5-digit ID.
Right. So that's not working for most of us. Yeah. So you're saying definitely just wait and you will get something.
Yeah.
It'll work in the next 24 hours or so.
Yeah. Just don't wait. I've sent that email ID in the chat. Send us an email on that particular customer support email ID with your issue, like I'm not able to log in. Enter your event title, your ID, which is you have received from the NGO CSW, so we can investigate and assist you accordingly in next 24 hours. Because if you just wait like that, so we don't know about it, like who will not be able to log in. So everyone who is not able to log in right now, please send us an email on that email ID. You will get response and you will get assisted accordingly, and you will be able to log in into your event. And just like I mentioned, if it doesn't mean that you just we are assisting you to just log in into your event. We are here. We will assist you to just update your description or any other information you would like to add. Anything it is not properly you updated but is not reflecting, let us know in that thread and we will assist you accordingly. Okay. So you have any other question?
Hi, I just wanted to very quickly add to the point that you said because I had the issue yesterday of not being able to log in with my email and the event ID. But then what I did is just put my colleague's email because I think it's registered under her name, even though we're both listed, and I was able to get in fine. So I just wanted to note that to everyone else in case they want to try. If your event was registered under a particular colleague's name, it may be that you have to put their email address and then the
That's
ID.
correct. Yeah, so I can more explain into that question. Let's suppose you are the session, you have paid for that event, but while giving all those details, you mentioned your colleague email ID. So it means while we are working on your session, we are uploading into our portal, we use that organizer email ID. We don't use that person who have paid for it. So if that is the issue, just so similar, the processes remain the same. If you would like to get your email ID to be registered, to be show on that in that your event, and you will be able to log in and you will make some changes. So let us know into that email ID. We will add you as a moderator and give in, and we set the same password, which will be your colleague is using. So okay. Okay, so now we can look into that our virtual event. So once I click on edit, similarly on the right hand side, I can see some fields would be populated over here as in virtual session speaker. So the same thing, the title, you will be able to see it, but you will not make any edits over here. If you would like to make some verbiage changes, or if you like to change the title, let us know, send us an email on that email ID, and we will update your title accordingly, and then you can review it. Similarly, the description part, it is the same. You can make your description bold if you don't want it to bold, or if you would like to go with italic, or if you would like to go add some bullet points. Okay. Or if you would like to change the alignment, like you would like to add some text into the middle area, or if you would like to add some bullet points, you have to click on this numbering option. I want this text to be left hand side. I want this to be bold. So how we can bold it? You have to highlight the text with the mouse and then click on bold option. The text would be bold. And then similarly, when you highlight it and now you want to make some numbering. So let's suppose you have mentioned some 3 or 4 points, select all of them and then click on number option. So it will automatically give the numbers to each text written over here. And then if you would like to give only, like you just highlight the text and click on that number option, you would like to add another one, just click on enter. It will automatically gives 2, and you can enter your second text over here. Or if I would like to add some hyperlink, go over here, select my website or any other link which I would like to promote. I can add this my URL in that URL field, and then target option is new window. Okay, and my text would be highlighted, my text would be hyperlinked accordingly. Now, if I scroll down, I can see the same option, handouts. I can upload multiple handouts over here. Click on handout option. It is handout 2. Give the title accordingly. Let's suppose now I'm going to add, we find out that's a PDF. Click on that PDF. Once you can see the link would be populated over here, and you can see that upload finished successfully. Click on add handout and your handout would be updated over here. Now, after that, for a virtual speaker, they would be able to see these three fields as well. Now, the URL part is the most important field in the virtual session or virtual event. Why is that so? Because on the live day of the event, let's suppose my session would be going live at 11th of March, and the time as mentioned is 11 a.m. So when the time approaches to at 11 a.m., the join button will automatically pops up in my event, and attendees will be able to click on it, and they would be redirected to your session. It could be a meeting or a webinar. It could be a Zoom webinar, Zoom meeting, Google Meets, Teams meeting. It could be anything. Which platform you are comfortable, you are giving those, you are going to have a virtual meeting. Add the attendee link over here. You don't need to add any website or any other link over here. You only have to add your meeting link over here in that URL section. So on the given day, on that live day, attendees, when they see the join button, they click on it and they easily be able to redirect to your event or your session, your live session accordingly. They can join it, or they can, if the Q&A or the chat is open in your session, so they can communicate as well. So you have to populate your meeting links in that URL section. After that, there's a start time. Let's suppose you would like to update your session title name. Let's suppose you have first you have planned your session at 11th of March. Now you have planned for 12th or 13th or 15th. You can easily be able to select dates from here. 13th, let's suppose, and we are going to present it now. Firstly, we are presenting in morning. Now we have choose the time in the afternoon. Just select the time. If I like, let's suppose I'm going to have 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. So I can go with 2 p.m. That's it. You will be able to see the keyword listed over here, and you will be able to add maximum 3 keywords in this section. If I would like to add keyword 1. So you can add maximum 3 keywords in this field. And once you will make all these edits, the most important step is to update. If you don't hit on this update button, none of the changes will be updated in your event. And we recommend you, so I'm again emphasize the point, on the live day of the event, the most important thing is your URL. So you have to make sure your URL is properly mentioned, like you have already added over here and updated. So on the given day, on the live day, attendees will be able to, or easily be able to, redirect your meeting link, and they can join it accordingly. Or again, if you need any assistance, you can just send us an email, shoot an email on that email ID, and we can assist you accordingly. But please make sure you don't need to add any website link over here. You don't need to add any registration link over here. The only thing you have to populate over here, your attendee link. Let's suppose if I scheduled a session, similarly on this meeting, you have, when you click on that, everybody land is in that meeting because we have added the meeting link over here. So similarly, you have to add your meeting link over here. Similarly, for if I'm going to schedule a Google Meets, so I have to add my Google Meet link over here. Teams meeting link, so I have to add Teams meeting link over here. Okay, so after done all these changes, I can click on update. And my changes has been updated. I can again click on edit and review it. Okay, all my changes have been saved properly or not, so I can see it. Everything is now properly saved. Now, if you make any change into the time, let's suppose you have changed the date, please let us know as well through email ID as well. Like, I've changed the date, so let us know. Just shoot an email as well on that email ID. Let us know that first we have planned on 11th of March. Now we have changed the date to 13, 14, 15, 16, and that particular time. So we will right now, if you are, you can see your session in the 11th of March group, and you have now changed your session time to 13, 14, 15, just let us know so we can shift your session to that particular relevant group accordingly. Similarly, once all these, when as a virtual speaker, I've done all these changes. Now, if I would like to add more speakers, or if I don't want to add more speakers, I don't need to add any speakers. But if I would like to add a new speaker over here, now I would like to address one more question over here, which is I've seen in that customer support email ID. When they are trying to add a new speaker, they can see a duplicate email message over here. So it means that speaker is already registered as an attendee for that event. That's why their email ID is already used. So they cannot, the system will not assign two rows for that one unique email ID. So you can let us know through that email, through that customer support email ID, so we can delete that account. And then you will be able to, you can easily be able to add that speaker into your session. Or maybe your speaker, we have seen that some of the speaker is already presenting in a couple of sessions. So in that case also, you will be able to see the duplicate email message. Just let us know in that customer support email ID, and then we can add that particular speaker as well into your speaker section. We have now speaker 7. I've given the name of the speaker. I'm using some dummy email IDs. If I would like to give organization name, I can add my organization name as well. I can upload the speaker headshot. I put just into that box. Done cropping. My image has been populated over here. I can add the bio as well. It's up to you if you would like to add bio or not. It's totally up to you. It doesn't mean that the system will not allow you to add speaker. If you only wanted to add the name, the email ID, and save it, the system will allow you to add the speaker as well. After that, again, if you would like to give that speaker these edit controls, so you have to turn on this toggle, session moderator. And if you would like to give them a session moderator controls, you have to turn on this toggle as well, send setup email to the speaker. So the speaker will receive an email on their email in their inbox, and they can set up the password according to the requirement. So similarly, you are logging into the backend, they can also log into the backend, and they can also log into the front end as well. Okay, once we are done with all these changes, I click on save. The new speaker has been added. So you can see it, speaker 7, IBM, the headshot image. Now, now we are done with virtual speaker moderator organizer or an in-person session organizer. We have already seen that know about like what is exactly my responsibility as an in-person, but now as a virtual speaker, what exactly my responsibility and what are the requirements I have to fulfill before the live day. So the first thing, log into the backend, make sure you update your title is correct, you have populated the information in your description accordingly. If you would like to add any handouts, you can add it. This is not like a mandatory step for you. If you would like to add any handouts, you can do it. You can review your date and time, it is perfectly correct or not. But the most important thing, you have to add your meeting link into your session. Otherwise, on the live day of the event, attendee will not be able to join your meeting for that on whatever the platform you are using. So they will not be able to join it accordingly. So you have to make sure your URL will be populated with that attendee link. So on the given day, on the live day, when your session is scheduled, the join button appear, they can join it accordingly.
Sorry, can attendees register ahead of time to indicate they are going to attend?
No.
Thank you.
Yep, because they have already so now we can come to that part now. So
Excuse me.
now,
Please hold questions until the end and use the hand function. Thank you.
okay, let me just log in my okay. So now as a virtual speaker, now we again saying like we log in into the back and make all these changes. Now I, as an organizer, as an in-person, as a virtual speaker, I wanted to review my session, like all these changes I've made it is properly updated on the front end as well or not. So how I can log in into the front end? So you have to land on this NGO CSW68 Forum.bface.com on this landing page. Once you land on this landing page, you just have to click on this login button, enter the same credentials, click on login. The system will ask you for the password and you have to mention your password. Click on another button. F6, click on login button. Okay, so once you log in, first you will be land on this exterior lobby. Over here, you will be able to see these buildings and you will be able to see this sign, enter the NGO CSW68 Forum. So now you can see that this area is clickable. So once I click on this anywhere, just I click on this link, I'll be redirect to this building where I can be redirect to my interior lobby or interior home page where I can see the multiple navigations. Sorry about that, my internet is slow today. Please bear with me. Okay. After that, once we are land into that interior home page, we can see different navigation over here. I can see in the top navigation bar, I can see all these navigations, the home, the parallel events, the virtual exhibit booths, handbook and sponsor, information desk, lounge, networking hub. Now, as an organizer, I have to click on this forum agenda, parallel events. And then after that, I'll land into this 3D room, the auditorium. I can see there is a middle screen. Click here to access parallel events. All the places clickable. Just click on that middle screen. You will be land on this area. Now, as a virtual speaker, when you land on your event, just like we have mentioned in our email as well, right now we are working on your venues and rooms to populate the information over here, but we are done with some of the groups right now. You would be able to see that right in person. This is the tag that this session is in person. The venue is this one, the room is 8th floor, and your timer will also be populated over here. And from the end, and by the end of next week, you will be able to see your timer as well listed over here. Attendees can see it. But the only difference for the virtual and the in-person is the in-person, this is their title, their each and every bit of detail would be listed over here, but there's no join button will be appear over here because the actual session would be going live on the in-person location. But for the virtual speaker, there is a timer going on. So how we can find out ours? So we can find out, we know that my session would be listed in 11th or 12th, and we have mentioned these according to the dates, but I can also find out my session through search as well. I can search test, or I can click on find that, click on the search icon. And now I can see it over here, both of my sessions over here, the test. I can see the tag over here, the virtual, and you can see the timer. And for the virtual, we can also see the timer going on over here. Once the timer will be ended, there will be automatically be join button pops up over here. And then attendee can click on it and they can join it. The timer is right now for them, so they can see it, okay. This is now 27 days, 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 41 seconds. The seconds are going on. After the time is up, there's automatically join button comes out. They click on it and they can join it. So, and you can see that in description box, we have added some descriptions. So that is also populated over here. This is the speaker. And when I click on the speaker as well, we can see the speaker headshot and their bio as well accordingly. And you can see that we have added some handouts. So these are listed over here. When attendee click on it, they would be so redirect to the next tab, and they can see the flyer, they can see the PDF accordingly. And let's suppose if I have changed my time, let's suppose we have already mentioned, let's suppose previously we have scheduled for 11th of March. Now I've changed my session to 19th of March, change the timer, just let us know through that customer support email ID so we can shift your session 11th March to that relevant group. So your session would be listed under 19th of March accordingly. So for attendees can easily be able to add to their schedule accordingly. And let's suppose now there's a question coming up. Let's suppose if I've already, as an attendee, let's suppose I'm talking about an attendee, if they already add my session in 11th of March, if now I have updated the time, can a timer would be automatically updated in the schedule? Yes, their timer will automatically be updated into the schedule because their actual time is updated. The only thing we are now just changing your position to another group. Your session will not be going live until 19th of March. If it is listed on 11th of March, attendee will not be able to see the joiner because the actual time is 19th of March and that time. And how attendees can see, or because this is some session in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening as well, can attendees see the timer or because right now the event timer is EST, but Eastern time. But if can organizers or can other speakers or exhibitors can see this agenda into their time zone, like in which time zone they are belongs to, so they can, yes, we can change the time zone according to my, let's suppose if someone in CST, say they just have to click on event time zone, and that person will be able to see their time zone over here, and they just have to click on it. All the agenda would be shifted to their time zone accordingly. And just like we have mentioned, your in-person session, once you are reviewing it, if you don't see your venue and room information over here right now, we are working on it. By the end of next week, your session would be populated with that information accordingly. And let's suppose if 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 the room is, let's suppose it is not correct, let us know through that email, or if you like to, like if you already get the confirmation from the NGO CSW that your room is shifted, so you have to let us know so we can update your information on your session as well. Okay, so as an in-person, as a virtual speaker, when I log in into the front end, go to the forum agenda, parallel events, find my session, everything listed for, let's suppose I'm an in-person moderator. I've reviewed all my information, everything listed correctly. I'm done with all these changes now. Now I have to give the session for attendee. This is now properly populated my information. And now as an in-person, my actual session will be going live on the in-person location. I've done with my part over here for the virtual portal. Similarly, for the virtual speaker organizer, I've make all these changes which we want to add in the description, add all the panels, speakers listed over here. If I would like to add any PDFs or handouts, I'm done with that part. And the most important part, I've added the URL. If you're planning to schedule that session on in 1st of March or 2nd or maybe 25th, so whenever you schedule the session, you have to make sure you have to populate your meeting link on the backend. So on the given day, attendees, when they see the join button, they can be redirected to your session accordingly. So that transition would be smooth. If you add any other link, they would be redirected to that particular link, but they cannot join it. So you have to make sure you have to populate your meeting link into that URL option into the backend. So that's the most important step for the virtual speaker organizer. And if I go away here, I just wanted to show you some. So let's suppose if a speaker you have added on the backend and you turn on that toggle, send setup email. So that speaker will receive an email like that. They click on it. They would be redirected to the information, first name, last name. They have to set up the password. They have again that option. They can update their bio, or they can set up the password according to their requirement, and they click on save, and their profile has been updated accordingly. So now they can also log in into the front end. And they can also log in into the back end, but if you don't turn on that moderator toggle, they can log in into the back end, but they will not be able to make any changes. So now there's a question comes up like, do every speaker needs to be a moderator? No, every speaker don't need to be a moderator. If you want it to be managed by one person, that's totally fine. One person can manage each and everything, add all of them if they If you're planning to log in into the virtual portal as well, then set up your credentials accordingly. If you need any assistance, let us know through the email ID so we can assist you accordingly. But it is not mandatory that everyone to be a moderator. One speaker can also make all these changes accordingly, and they can populate the information, review it, and that's it. And please make sure that this is for the virtual organizers, that you will populate all your meeting links like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before. Like if you already logged in, that's good. You'd make all these changes and if you have already scheduled your session, if you're planning to schedule a session, just please make sure you block that calendar as well. You have to populate that link into your backend portal as well, so attendees can join it on the live day very smoothly. Okay, this is for my side. Now we can open for the questions.
I think we could start with questions. I'm just gonna go in the order that's on my Zoom screen. I think Rachel, you're first, and then looks like there's 7 more. Rachel, Elion, Baird.
Hi, sorry, it took me a minute to get there. Good morning.
Morning.
I know I put a lot of questions in the chat, and I'm just trying to find my list of. So I guess my number one question here, I've been kind of in the front end too, and there are a lot of the times are missing, and when you do a search, I did a search and my panel didn't show up. I'm wondering, is there going to be a correlating app for our phones? Because if we're just going for the front end to be able to find things, because if you're just going online, it's much slower in terms of technology. Also, gosh, I had a question about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, about access. I'm still trying to find what I said with my question.
No problem.
Oh God, it was super important too. I'm totally drawing a blank. Anyway, if you could answer is there going to be an app? Oh, I know. You had mentioned that if you were putting somebody in as a speaker and they were already registered as an attendee, there would be a problem. So if we are a speaker and we want, are we just going in under our main account and signing up for everything? Or so we can't go in and apply as an attendee? I guess I'm wondering about, because usually by now we've had an email about how to access a portal or an app for the forum, so we're already dialoguing with each other and creating meetups and all kinds of things, and none of that is here that I can see. So if you could speak to that issue of how do we communicate with each other through the forum, since this is different this year. I'm assuming VFairs is the forum for the NGO community for CSW68. Do you have an app for this specifically that we can download onto our phone and communicate to each other? And as a speaker, am I already enrolled so I don't need to sign up again, or it wouldn't let me anyway? That was not quite clear. Thank you.
Yeah. Rachel, can you correct me if I'm wrong? You are the organizer of in-person session?
No, virtual.
Virtual. Okay, virtual. Okay. So yep, definitely we do have an app. You can download the VFairs app from your Play Store or Apple Store. You just search it and then and download it, and then you have to add the same credentials and you can log in into your event.
Okay, so it's just a general app, but it'll take me to the NGO CSW68.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great.
And you will be able to see
can we communicate to each other? Is there kind of a group? We basically last time we had it's almost like a community bulletin board. So if somebody was having a spontaneous meetup or was looking for people to go to an event or wanted to talk about one of the panels beforehand or afterhand, we could communicate really easily. Is there, I saw that there are a lot of different buttons you could push on the front end. Is there a feature that kind of covers that on the front end? And
Yeah,
why are the
definitely.
times missing and the locations for some of them?
I think these are for the in-person, right? For the in-person, like we are working on their times and their rooms and information to be populated from the
Well,
backend.
I did
So,
a search for my event and I couldn't find it, but when I scrolled down through it, it was there. So that was a little confusing because obviously people are going to want to search things.
yeah, just like maybe you can search it again, or maybe just share with me the title through that email ID, or I can do it as well on my end. So I can practice and properly investigate it. But I don't think that the system, just like you can see that in that I've just mentioned test and it will automatically brings out all those test events. But just like I mentioned that if you did you update your time or not?
I haven't updated my time. It's the same time. I'm at the time slot and I had to scroll through the whole day to find it. I tried to put in the time and date and even the title and it didn't come up. And is the lounge that kind of like a bulletin board where we can communicate to each other, like send general texts and things?
Yeah,
like
definitely. Definitely, we will talk about in our next meeting with how we can communicate each other, how where we have different networking rooms available where you can communicate with each other and you can send messages to each and everyone privately as well. So we will be discussing in our next meeting
And when
about
is
that.
this going to be available to all attendees? When is this being sent out?
What exactly you are referring?
When is this forum?
Yeah, the
Portal
forum is
going to be
already
available to everyone. It's already because
the gates are already open.
It's already
the
open.
Gates are oh yeah, for attendees they're already open. Yeah.
Okay, great.
They already log in, they already get familiar, they already get confidence. Okay, this is we have to do it. But some of the rooms which is not open right now because we don't want to be open right now because we want that to be open on the live days of the event. So we only want that attendee to get familiar with the platform. So this is the main purpose. We have opened the gates and they get familiar with the features.
Well, but
and
we plan what we're going to go to way ahead of time, not the day of. It's because there's
but for
so
just like but Rachel, just like I mentioned, you're doing a virtual session, so you don't you have to, let's suppose you're doing a virtual meeting, let's suppose
I am
Zoom meeting, let's suppose. So you have populated the link. You don't need to log into the event. You have to launch it on the Zoom so attendees can log in, and when you're done with your session, after that you can log into the event and make some networking with other colleagues or other organizers in the chat, or maybe there's a chat room. There are a couple of public chat rooms. You can also participate and have some networking.
Okay, but so we can add it to our schedule, though. I see. So we can have a calendar of what we're going to ahead of time.
Ahead of time for your meeting?
No, to plan what we're attending ahead of time. Now is the time when we're looking at all of the panels and trying to figure out what we're going to be going. Right?
No. So you can log into the front end because ahead of time you have some navigation and each and everything going on. But you can only be able to, if you go to the lounge, you will be able to see all the tabs are not clickable, but the networking button is clickable. So that is the chat room. You can see it and get familiar with all the text communications as well.
Okay. So there's networking hub and lounge.
Yep.
Okay, but that's going to be the next meeting. Okay, thank you.
I know that we're at 11:45, so let's try to get through as many questions as we can. As you probably saw, Huri mentioned in the chat that we're just going to dedicate the rest of this session to virtual events. So if you have questions related more towards like in-person parallel events, we will be doing another training just dedicated to that. So let's go with Irene is next.
Hi, good day to all. Thank you so much. I think I want to go back a little bit to the attendees. I am registered as an attendee. I have my own password. I come in However, I am also listed as one of the speakers and moderators. I think I lost something about that's going to be a conflict, or I didn't understand. So if you could clarify that, or maybe it's not even an issue and I just didn't hear it. So that's one concern. And maybe the second one is for the next session, and that is for, did I understand properly? I understand about Zoom attendees, and we're managing that separately for the virtual. However, did I understand that the attendee, we cannot know ahead of time, meaning we, the organizers, for on-site parallel events or in-person parallel events, how many attendees are going to be attending? They can't in any way indicate? Or did I make sense with that question?
If you are referring to that, like how many attendees will be attending on in-person location?
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't think we can answer right now, like how many will be
Okay.
attending. Like
All right.
it depends on the attendance.
No, what
on
I'm
the
saying is
in-person.
that I, as an organizer, cannot know by looking at my particular event how many people have already said that they would like to attend. That is my understanding.
Okay, for the in-person, like how many they haven't shown interest, they are attending on the in-person location. Okay. Yep, I think you can get that number from the NGO. I think there are a couple of NGO CSW reps are listed over here, like Uri, Tanitra, or Rachel.
We can
They can assist
jump
you.
in on that question actually in a moment. Irene, we'll do a training more focused on in person, but I'll just say like we're mostly just providing the space. If you want to invite people, like then you want RSVPs, like you want to know ahead of time how many people are coming, then that
Yeah.
would be
My issue. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. That's fine. That's fine, because just because of the time schedule and the size of the room we need, I'd like to be able to manage the crowd. Okay, got it. And then the third question I have, even though the first one was go back to, is there any conflict that I didn't understand? Maybe it's not an issue. So if you could answer that, but let me get my third point out really quick. Right now, when I go in as an attendee and I am signing up or adding to my schedule, it only appears on the day. For example, I had a schedule March 13th, it adds to March 13th, it adds to March 14th, it adds to March 16th, but it does not add under my schedule collectively. At least that's for me. So that I have to click on every single day to find out, but there is no collective method or way where all of the events that I'm interested in attending are appearing under my schedule. Am I doing something wrong? Will that be resolved? Or is that never going to happen?
Okay, so you are referring that, let's suppose I'll just clear out first.
It's the, yes.
Okay, so let's suppose I'm an attendee, or maybe I'm an organizer. I would
No,
like
I'm
to
attendee. Let's go with the attendees, because that's what people are going to, most of our people. I need to explain this to our people. So let's go with attendee. I signed up, I got my password, I signed into that page, and I want to go through and look at all the things I want to go to, and I want to have it all in one location under my schedule, that I'll be going to this on Monday, this on Tuesday, these 3 things on Wednesday. Is there such an option? One location where all my events can be found that I want to attend as an attendee?
Yeah, just like you can see that I've added these 2 sessions into my schedule.
No, I don't.
You're not able to see my screen?
Hold on one sec. I'm going to close this thing here, right here. Now I see your screen. And so you are now you're in March 11th, but go to my schedule. Go to the end.
This one?
Your screen is too large. I can't see. You have to narrow, you have to make your screen smaller, because only 2/3 of it is appearing on my screen.
Okay, so
yes, there is my schedule. Yes, nothing, when I do that, nothing comes up in mine. When I go into, for example, the 13th, the 14th, and I click on add to my schedule, it does not appear in the collective my schedule. It only appears under the day.
No, it will appear on both locations, just like
okay, then you
I've
and I will
added.
deal with this. No. I'm not going to argue with you. I mean, and it's not a waste of time, but I'm just telling you that I've been doing this. I mean, I am pretty savvy and it just doesn't work. So we'll have to figure this out. I don't know if I'm the only one, but it is not. So I will deal with that later in an email. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You can send me an
And
email maybe
and
with the screenshot. I can look into that. Or maybe
okay,
just
please
send me
do.
your email ID as well. I can log in with your account and I can
Okay.
make sure to add all these into
Okay.
my schedule as well. Just like you can see that this is right now 3 and now it is now 5 when I've added the 2 new ones. So
I understand it. Okay. I don't want to waste time. We'll deal with that. It does not work for me, but okay. Then please just do the first question. Did I misunderstand something about there's going to be some kind of conflict if I come in as an attendee, but I'm already listed as a moderator or speaker on the back end? Or did I misunderstand something? Or do I need to
no,
be?
that information is about, let's suppose if you are already logged in into the backend as an organizer, right? You would
Yep.
like to add a new person.
Yeah.
And you will see an error that the email ID is duplicate. Then there's a chance that the same email ID is utilized for that attendee account. That's why the system will not allow you to add another role with the same email ID, because we need a unique email ID for each different role. So that's the
Okay.
issue we are
All
explaining.
right.
But if it's working at your end, that is totally fine.
Okay, got it. No,
I
I
think just
understand.
because we're really short
Okay.
on time, I see that we have more people with hands raised. Let's just limit to one question, please, and if you can keep it as short and sweet as you can, just so everybody can ask. But there will be frequently asked questions, documents, and other things that hopefully answer questions that we don't get to today after this. So, Shyla, if you want to go, just one question.
Thank
so
you.
we can-
Yes, I want to add to what was just said. In the past, we were able to select all the events we want to attend, and it would appear on my schedule. It's not appearing for me either. And what's more concerning is that the dates and times for the events are not appearing on the schedule. I see I've selected a couple, but the dates and times are not appearing. That concerns me also. And sometimes when I go into my events, the events I'm organizing, I'm not seeing the date and time. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. That means people are looking to join my event may not be able to see that. And I do have a question on conversations with and networking. Before, we used to have a place where we could actually have a conversation and discussion with others who are interested in our event. Is it possible to enable something like that? And also, can we have different time zones? So everything is on the East Coast, New York time, correct? So do I have to constantly convert it back to Pacific time? Or is there a way that the system can show me and every attendant their own time zone?
Definitely, just like I've mentioned, that attendee and everybody can see their the event time. Like right now, the event overall time is Eastern, but if attendee or organizer would like to show all these sessions would be in my time zone, so I can easily be able to join it, or I can easily be able to add into my schedule accordingly. The button I've shown to you, let me just quickly share my screen again, and you can click OK. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
So you can see that in the top right corner, there's an event time zone.
Yes.
Right. So once you click on it, you will be able to see your time zone as well. So you just have to select on it, and all the timers will be updated accordingly for the sessions. And just like you have mentioned that, like that over here, you will not be able to see the time over here right now. So just like we have mentioned, for only the in-person sessions, the timer will be updated by the end of next week, and you will be able to see the timers would be able here.
And then the conversations, having discussions on your
Yeah,
topic,
just like
on your event.
Yeah, so basically we have in the lounge, we have, if you go to the lounge, you will be able to see there is a networking tab that is clickable, this one. And when you click on that networking tab, you will be redirected to that particular chat room where you can see that multiple questions, and you can promote your event as well over there, like we are presenting on that one. So attendees can see it and they can join it accordingly.
Well, what we've had in the past is to generate interest in our topic are a parallel event, we generate interest by putting in stimulating questions. So I was wondering if that's still possible, because I see those tabs for conversations. I see the tab, but they're inactivated.
I don't know like what exactly you have done in the past, but I can discuss with the team accordingly.
Okay.
And if it's possible, we can update those.
Yeah, because the cell is
which are
there, the box is there to type something in. Right next to description, there is a field where it says discussion. So I try to type something, interesting, so people then jump in and respond, and that creates more interest. And also, if there's a way to select, so when I select a topic to a parallel event to join, if there's a way to select it so people can see there's interest, so I can see there's 15 people who showed interest in my topic. That would, they don't have to register, but at least if that function's available, then we can all select the topics we want and we can get some idea.
Okay. Yep. We can discuss internally, like
Okay,
for the
I'll send
interest.
an email.
Yep.
No worries.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. No problem.
Okay, I think just given time constraints, we've asked that everyone with their hands up send us an email with their questions. Thank you for
stuff uploaded. Pam, the floor is yours if you want to mention about Tuesday especially.
Thank you, Hootie, and thank you, Momin, for your patience and for presenting this information. And I know that it can be daunting. It seems so technical, but please relax and, follow the directions and it will work out. So we're looking forward to seeing many of you on Tuesday, 11 a.m., where the entire executive committee, the entire NGO CSW monthly meeting is going to be devoted to the forum. And Ivy, I don't know if you want to jump in and to give any more information.
No, I think that just look out for the FAQs about this. So we really hope to clear up some of the technical issues. I know it's really hard to follow everything. And of course there's the recording, but we will also have documents coming to you, maybe not right away. I think there are some that are ready and another one that's still being worked out, but that will come to you very soon. So yes, thank you for your patience. But we really, really look forward to the forum and then seeing you again next week, maybe some of you again for the in-person training.
Yeah, and if I can just say, NGO CSW New York has been quite diligent in trying to find the finest platform for the NGO CSW Forum. This is the third platform that we've tried, and each time we're trying to get better and better. So hopefully we will get past this hurdle and we will be able to drive our Rolls Royce right into CSW. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.